What we do here is go back.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's show. Welcome to the podcast. This is Tuned In Live, broadcasting on a Sunday. Usually I don't go live on Sundays, but I had a free day today, and I figured, why the hell not? What's going on with everybody? Haven't had one of these episodes in like 2 or 3 weeks. Glad to bring it back, because I do have some interesting articles to talk with you guys about. Outdoor film, what's going on, man? What's up? So before we get to today's episode, guys, I always want to say, the stream is a sponsor of Restream.io. You're watching our live stream live on 3 different platforms: Twitch.tv/Arrow with a name, Kick.com/Arrow Entertainment, and on our YouTube channel, Arrow Entertainment. If you are on any of those, or if you have an account with any of those, if you want to support us, feel free to follow, subscribe, like any of that. Also, links for our Discord and our social media right down below. If you guys are on Discord, hit that link down below. Join us on our server. Let's get into today's live stream. So Thanksgiving is over, sadly, for another year. And I do got to say, like, out of the 3 holidays that come to an end at the end of the year, like, I love Halloween. All right, I love the fall season. I love when fall kicks in, like the last week of September, and you start to, the leaves are starting to change, and you have had aroma in the air, the smell of fall is kicking in, the smell of fall, and then the Halloween season kicks in, and everything is so joyful. I love the season. Halloween, when October 1st starts, and that it's always like a tradition to me. Like every year I try to watch as many horror movies as I can, a lot of good ones, a lot of classics like Halloween and all. Usually I kick off the season with like my favorite episodes of certain TV shows, but always the first thing I kick off, the Halloween season with is Michael Jackson's Thriller. You cannot go at least 1 year without listening or watching the music video to Thriller. It's an absolute must. Just like, you watch the Halloween cartoons, you watch Halloween episodes, like let's say of Family Matters, you know, where his ventriloquist dummy comes alive and wants to kill the family, you know? And it's a family-friendly show, you know? You got this dummy that's on the loose trying to kill the Winslows and shit. And then, one of my favorites, I never watched Martin, okay? I like Martin Lawrence, but I never got into watching the show. But there's one episode from season 1 that I love dearly, and that is the Halloween episode where they play a prank on Martin, and they're telling a ghost story in this apartment about this guy who died in his apartment and all still lurks around and shit, and then they start making it look like everything's haunted and all. So it's a funny ass episode. I have to watch that every Halloween season as well. But yeah, like with every holiday that comes and goes, you know, Halloween is always the first one to go by real fast. And this year, you know, Halloween was very special to me. It was dear and special to me because of one other thing. So I got to meet up with my buddy Jeff. You know, I've always talked about him here on the show, the Jeff Hagee Show on Twitch. You know, I've known him for about 8 years online, and then we finally met up. You know, we went to Gettysburg. We filmed some videos together. We hung out. We bullshit around. It was a fun time. You know, we had a extraordinary blast. You know, and we definitely plan on doing it again next year. You know, maybe not around Halloween, but, you know, we definitely plan on hanging out and doing some more ghost hunting and stuff, you know, different areas and shit. But that was truly a special weekend, you know, right there. You know, just to end Halloween season for me, you know, is to hang with, you know, the pleasure of hanging with Jeff and his girl. You know, took my family up there too. You know, we all hung out and bullshit around, and we had fun. We really did have a lot of fun. You know, and then Halloween fell on a Tuesday, you know, school night, but, you know, still took the kids out trick-or-treating. They had a blast, you know. I had fun. I walked back home and sat in the front yard and handed candy out. I was just relaxing with a friend of mine, and my dad was there, and, you know, we're just bullshitting around and having a good old time before I went to work that night. So, yeah, Halloween was truly a blast for me. You know, I really did enjoy it. And then Thanksgiving comes, you know, and Thanksgiving, even though Halloween, it falls as like my number one favorite holiday of the year. And it's not considered like a governmental holiday or anything. You don't get paid for Halloween, you know, but still it's something to be cherished in a sense, you know. I love Halloween. I love the season. And Thanksgiving sadly falls at number 2 for me, but I love Thanksgiving. I really do. You know, it's not about gift giving or anything. It's about what you're thankful for. It's about, you know, being with family, having a traditional dinner with family. You know, it's like the one day of the year. I mean, you should do it every single year, but it's like the one special day of the year where you get together with family and share your thoughts and have laughs and stuff with your friends and family. It's just that one holiday. You know, you get together. You know, maybe your significant other or somebody's cooking a great big meal, takes them about 6 or 7 hours to make, and then you all gather around a table for about a half hour to an hour or so, you know, and you sit there and eat and eat and eat, and then maybe you're going to somebody else's house for Thanksgiving. You know, you have like 2 or 3 meals that day. It's almost a game of, let's see how much turkey and trimmings I can stuff in my fucking stomach. Let's you know, people always meme and joke about getting fat on Thanksgiving, and it really does show. But it's such a glorious time. You know, you're getting together with family, and you're having a blast. And for me, not only that, but that is where I follow tradition. You know, I'm a traditional kind of guy. That's where I fall in line where, okay, now we can transition finally into the Christmas season. That's where I feel Christmas should be transitioned into, you know, right there at Thanksgiving. You know, you're done with Thanksgiving dinner, you know, you had your fun, and it's like, okay, for me, it's getting together with the kids or family, putting the Christmas tree up, putting Christmas lights up, you know, playing some Christmas music, and say, okay, now we can get into the Christmas spirit. Even though there's department stores and gas stations and shit and radio stations that start playing Christmas music 2 to 3 weeks before Thanksgiving's even a thought. It's almost like Thanksgiving has been overshadowed, and Tom and I covered that on an episode of Utter Random Crap. If you guys missed that, you could check out that episode. It's the pre-Thanksgiving show. We did it a couple weeks ago. You guys can check that out. So Thanksgiving's done and over with, and now we're heading into Christmas. We got a month of Christmas music on the radio. We got a month of Christmas movies and TV shows on the television, on streaming platforms and all. And it's going to be a whole month of that, and people are going to get tired of it. Me, I moderate it. You know, I watch them in moderations, but I still enjoy the season. I still love watching the classics. I don't watch anything brand new, you know, that has a Christmas episode. I stick with what I know, what I grew up with. That's my Christmas tradition right there, and I pass it on to the kids, you know, because I know, you know, even though right now one of my daughters, she's just reached teenage years, and that's around the time where you're like, you don't give a shit about too much. You feel like you're getting too old, or you've gotten too old for certain little things that you find that are like real kiddie. Shit, I'm 37 years old. I'll still watch Charlie Brown Christmas. I still watch the classics, you know. That doesn't label me out as a weird person, you know. It's like, it's what I grew up with, you know. There's nothing wrong with an adult watching classic Christmas cartoons. Yeah, I enjoy some Christmas stuff, but it does when it gets old when you see it every day. Well, that's the theme with the Christmas season, you know. You're forced to see it every day because it's part of the season. Everywhere you go, you know, any kind of store, gas station, whatever you go to, they got the Christmas lights up. You got the Christmas music playing. You got, you know, the Santa Claus for the Salvation Army standing out front ringing the bell and shit. You got your neighbors that have the Christmas lights up. But yeah, you're going to see it every day regardless. You know, the only way I would say, you know, don't pay attention to it. You know, just go to work, do your everyday thing and all, and that's that. Some days I have to take a break from Christmas and watch someone else in my free time. I watch something else. Yeah, but, you know, I'm not saying watch Christmas cartoons and shows 24/7. You know, that's why, like, certain stations will broadcast certain things at special times. What's going on, Viral? What's up, man? But yeah, so, like, CBS, NBC, ABC, you know, growing up, you know, they would have their specials on, like, Friday nights or Tuesday nights or Saturday nights, you know, the classic cartoons and stuff. They're not 24/7. But then you got channels that are like Freeform that used to be the ABC Family or Fox Family channel or whatever, you know, they would have certain marathons. And then you got the fucking almighty Hallmark channel. If anybody gets the Hallmark channel, even on Pluto TV, which is it's a free service. It acts like a cable service, but it's free service. They got Hallmark channels on there as well. They start airing Christmas movies at the end of October all the way up until fucking April. Now, you want to talk about overkill and being ridiculous? Shit, don't watch the Hallmark channel. You do like the Frosty cartoons from the 40s? Oh, yeah. Oh, well, you mean the 1960s. Yeah, those cartoons came out in the... They all pretty much came out in the 1960s and 70s. Yeah, but yeah, Frosty, he was somewhere in the 60s there. I forgot what it was. You know, that's when television was pretty much transitioning into color TV and shit, you know. But some people still had black and white tubes back then. Hell, when I was fucking 4 or 5 years old, my first television, and we had like 3 TVs in the house, you know. We had one in the living room because at the time I was the only one, you know. I didn't have no brothers at that point. We had a TV. Oh, he thought they came out in 48. Nah, let me look that up for you, okay? If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, okay? Let's check it out, okay? I may be wrong. See, not Friday the 13th. Christ, Frosty the Snowman. No, it came out in 1969 there, Outdoor. Yeah, it came out in 1969, the original. And it was released on CBS. CBS was a network to release it. Yeah, so you know, a lot of those cartoons, they all started out in the 60s. 40s, they didn't shit. The only cartoons you had probably in the 40s was maybe the early Bugs Bunny cartoons, you know, the Warner Brothers stuff, you know, Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd and all them, and then you got Mickey Mouse. Those were the earlier cartoons back in the day, but a lot of the classics, like, you know, like the Christmas shit, they came out they started out in 1960s. Yeah, that was a time to be alive, you know, 1960s. Like my dad, 69, my dad was 9 years old when Frosty the Snowman came out, you know. And of course, I think that's around the time, when they started doing the Apollo missions to the moon. Remember that? But yeah, all these classics, like I said, Hallmark, they have marathon upon marathon of stupid looking fucking movies. They're all Christmas related. And they play them in loops. Hallmark Channel, they don't give a fuck. They'll play Christmas movies throughout the fucking year. If it's summertime, like even in July. Remember back in the 90s. Colton, you might be too young to remember this, but back in the 90s, they started a thing where if it's too hot out in the summertime, cool off with Christmas in July. They had Christmas music playing. They had Christmas movies and TV shows playing on TV in July. They figured it was a nice little thing of, let's cool off for the summer. Let's take a month. It's too hot outside. Stay inside and get cool and watch some Christmas stuff. And it's like, it doesn't really hit the mark for me, I don't think the Hallmark shit is entertaining. Yeah, I don't think so either, like I'll buy their cards, if I go into like a store and buy their Hallmark cards and shit, greeting cards and all, but yeah, anything on their networks, I don't watch. It's all made for TV garbage. And it's all like, let's just say it's like Lifetime rejects. I call Hallmark movies Lifetime rejects because Lifetime is into those drama, murder mysteries. The wife kills the husband because he was a piece of shit, and now she wants to move on with her life, and that's what Lifetime is. Hallmark takes the rejects, the leftovers, and puts them on their shit. Garfield made the episode about Christmas in July. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. Yeah, but yeah, all those classics came out back then. And that's my season right there. Like, I'm not gonna watch Christmas stuff, 24/7, but I figure like even with the music on the radio, I will listen to Christmas music. I mean, there's a lot of people that are different than that. And my girl, she asked me, what is it with you about listening to Christmas music all the time? Does it give you a certain feeling? And I've told her, I do like Christmas Vacation. Yeah, there's some movies I do like. Christmas Vacation, Christmas Story, Bad Santa movies. There's quite a few Christmas movies that are out there that I do like. Yeah, Chevy Chase nailed the film. Hell, with that film, I'll actually do an episode of CinemaCast for that one. I do plan on doing that one with some trivia and all, because actually, they said Chevy Chase was very difficult to work with in that movie. Chris Columbus, he could not work with him at all because Chevy Chase is very specific and hard to work with. That was something else. But that movie was pretty good for what it was. But yeah, Mel, she asked me about, what I, like, why do I listen to Christmas music a lot? Not in a bad way. She was just curious, and I told her, I said it's soothing. Around this holiday season, it's very soothing, whether I'm at work, whether I'm driving, to work or whatever, or driving anywhere. Just listening to Christmas music, it not only gets me in the mood, but it's very soothing, it's very relaxing, and plus, it brings back up a lot of memories. And people don't realize that, too. People don't understand that. Like, when you watch a certain TV show, or when you listen to a certain song, or like, that's in my case. Even if I look at a certain picture, 100 memories can come flooding back, and they're all good memories. Some can be bad memories, but they're memories that I maybe, something deep down inside that I'm like, you know what, I really do remember that, and it was a good time or it was a bad time, but I do remember that. And it's always some kind of memory that I feel comfortable with. And Christmas music does that to me, in a sense. Just listening to it brings back, just the days of my childhood, whether we're going to visit grandparents or going to do certain things as a family. That's why, like, I know people can't stand Christmas music 24/7. That's fine, that's everybody's cup of tea, But it's like, for me personally, I see it in a spectrum of reliving a memory that I've had. Like, there could be certain memories that I've forgotten about, and I just happen to remember them. Like, okay, all my grandparents passed away. All my grandparents are gone and passed away, sadly. And, my mom's side of the family, some actors are hard to work with on sets. Yeah, that's with every movie, just about. But yeah, my grandparents on my mom's side, they always loved decorating for Christmas. They loved celebrating Christmas. It was their favorite time of the year, and just to travel down there twice at the end of the year, once for Thanksgiving, once for Christmas, and listening to Christmas music on the way down there and the way back, it just brings back that time where I'm young again and I'm enjoying it and I can't wait to see family, and interact with my family. That's why Christmas music to me is special. Now, I don't like listening to any of that new garbage that's out, and that's mostly what's flooding the airwaves is all this new Christmas garbage and shit. But I do enjoy the classics, the classics that come out in the 50s, the 60s, 70s, and all. Even some stuff that came out in the 80s and 90s, and maybe some in the 2000s. Like, okay, I was in high school when we were listening to like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. Everybody's listened to it at one point in time. Don't lie to me. that I don't want to say that was my jam, but I listened to that stuff back then. But NSYNC, they had that one song, Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday. Shit, I love the fuck out of that song. I listen to very little NSYNC, but when it comes to Christmas, that song right there, I absolutely adore it. Oh, the Fat Squatch has appeared. What's going on, man? I got the Discord up if you want to hop in. Anybody can hop in, really. Shit. But yeah, you were talking there. You can't stand that Mariah Carey song. Dude, you are not the only one. Oh my fucking God. They dubbed Mariah Carey the Queen of Christmas because of that goddamn song. They dubbed her the Queen of fucking Christmas. And now they got like musicals and shit where she's performing on stage and such. And I'm like, no, it's got to fucking end. Like, I can't, you cannot play Mariah Carey 2 times in an hour, every fucking hour. I don't give a shit if somebody out there loves the fuck out of her. I don't care. They overkill that fucking song. Whether it's in stores, on the radio, whatever. When it comes on the radio goes off or I switch to another station. That's about it. But that's why I'll make up my own playlist on like Amazon Music or something, or I'll put music on my phone, and it's what I'm used to. It's what I like. Just like, okay, one of my favorite songs that you do not hear on the radio. It's rare to find. You'd be lucky if you find it on YouTube, and that's how I found it, is Ray Charles's Spirit of Christmas. They played that song during Christmas Vacation. Colton, you may know it. It's during the scene where Clark is stuck in the attic, and he's looking through a box of 8mm films, and he's sitting there watching the movies, and you got that song playing. I have that song. It's very rare to find because of the copyright, to the song. You won't find it on like, you might find it on iTunes. I'm not too sure, but you can't find it on Amazon Music or whatever. But it's such a lovely song. Ray Charles was such a gifted, he was a gifted entertainer. He really was. He's very talented and gifted. But other than that, that's the Christmas season for me. As I got older and I had kids, for me, I'm more about giving to the kids and people than I am about receiving. I've told Mel, I was like, I don't care too much to receive gifts much anymore. I mean, you can give me gifts and I'll accept them. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to be a snob about it. But I feel like in my days right now, I'm not about receiving gifts. I want to see my kids, have the experience that I had growing up. I want them to be able to have fun and be happy and have that same sense of joy that I had when I was their age. And for me to watch it, that's what I want. Same thing with like, watching Christmas cartoons and Christmas movies with them, that makes it a tradition for me. Is sitting there and being with the kids and doing things like that. There's the fat squatch. What's going on, man?
I'm not sure how well this sounds because I'm on my MacBook at the moment.
Oh, you're loud and clear. Shit.
Am I?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, I was going to talk about the Black Friday scam. We're going to get into that real quick. I figure detour a little bit into the Christmas season. So, what are your thoughts of how you feel about the Christmas season and the Thanksgiving season?
Well, I kind of see the Christmas season as just a bunch of hype for businesses nowadays. It's kind of lost its meaning.
Yeah, too commercial. Yeah.
It's too commercial because it's supposed to be the season of giving, not about getting.
Yeah, it's become a very selfish holiday over the last couple decades.
Yes, it has.
And that's why we have cartoons like Charlie Brown's Christmas, you know? You got this little bald-headed boy, he could be suffering from cancer, I don't fucking know. That's what I always said about that Caillou cartoon. You know, he's depressed because, you know, the meaning of Christmas has no meaning to it that much anymore. Everything is too commercial, you know, and he's depressed about it. And I feel like this cartoon come out, 50 some years ago. And it relates to everybody today, like you and me. That's why I like to try to hold some kind of tradition to it. You know, I don't go out to the stores and fight to buy that next fucking, you know, that next hot item for my kids and shit. Shit, we got services like Temu and Amazon, you know, like we Temu'd our Christmas for the kids. Actually, Christmas for the kids is done. Mel wrapped the gifts up yesterday. So all that shit is ready to go into the tree next month. Yeah, you love...
we should make our own cartoon for Christmas.
Yeah.
We can call it Fat Squatch's Diabetes Christmas.
There we go. Oh, if we only had an animator for that.
I know, right?
We got voice actors and shit featuring Zelda Esmeralda.
And the Fat Squatch.
She could disguise herself as Frosty. Love the Charlie Brown Christmas, how they made the little tree special. Yes, it's all about, you know, giving something a little... It doesn't matter how ugly the thing is. It's all that matters is how you treat it, you give it love, and it becomes something. So, the Charlie Brown Christmas cartoon is a metaphor of everything that we want to nowadays, you know, and like you said, a lot of people make it too commercial. They're all about going out there and getting that hot new item or worrying about what to get somebody. And it's like, just get them a fucking gift card and enjoy the season. There you go. That's why gift cards were made. But
pretty much.
Yeah, but I look at Charlie Brown as like a metaphor when you look at Christmas nowadays. And there's always something special about that one cartoon that I enjoy. You know, we gotta watch it every year. If not once, watch it twice or 3 times. That's how good it is, you know? Cartoons like that.
You know what I like to do during the Christmas season?
What's that?
What really makes it for me? Like, you like Christmas music, right?
Yeah.
I enjoy sitting in a darkened room with a lit tree, just sitting next to the tree in a chair, relaxing. You know what? Maybe with some Christmas music on down low in the background. And then I just, think about the Christmases from the past and stuff like that and all the good memories.
You know what? I'm actually the same way. Like, I'll say the Christmas music for me because it can bring back memories. But then, like you said, just sitting in a room with the tree lit up and you just sit there relaxing, that's gotta be like my number 2 thing right there is just like sitting in the living room. Like, we got the tree up now. The tree's up, it's nice and lit. And just to sit there and look at it and just, like I said, anything little like that, tons of memories can come flooding back. And that's your memory right there, like when you were a kid, or maybe it's just a few years ago.
Unfortunately for me, though, I don't have a room for tree.
Oh, so. Yeah, I know. I saw your place. I know. I remember as a kid, my parents, sister, and brother would take the car rides and go around town looking at everybody's Christmas lights. Yeah, we've done that too, because we got some houses in the area and even in the neighboring counties where, there's people that will try to outdo each other with their front yards and putting up Christmas decorations and shit. But nowadays, everybody's gotten so over, they so overdo their yards now with these inflatables and shit. And I shit you not, there's one house that's literally right up the road from Avery School, and he decorates for every holiday. I kid you not, he decorates for 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Easter, even Memorial Day if he can find blow-ups for it. And I'll take pictures of them soon, and I'll put them in Discord for y'all. But just like last couple years, his entire front yard was covered with nothing but Christmas inflatables. And this guy, he's got to, first of all, they got to have money to do that. Especially, like their electric bill's got to be high as fuck to run all that shit. And two, he must be retired because he's doing this he's doing it for the kids in the neighborhood. He's got fucking decorations for everything, every occasion of Christmas time. He's even got the Christmas Vacation, Clark Griswold being electrocuted on the roof, inflatable. He'll have that up in the yard too. I never thought they made that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I just thought of another thing that I've been doing the past few years that actually kind of makes it for me too.
Yeah.
When I play Santa.
There you go. That's another thing too. Yeah.
Well, I do it at the precinct off of what is that, Hayman's Lane?
What the there's a lot of places up here. You got the Chesapeake Arts Center. You got the
I'm talking about the police station.
Oh, down at the police station. Okay.
Yeah, Hammond's Lane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I started doing Santa there last year. I did it at a library the year before.
Okay.
But one thing that will really make the season for you is if you play Santa, right?
Yeah.
The kids, when they come up to you, just how happy they are to see you. They get so excited.
Oh, definitely.
And you make their day when they see you,
And that's the best feeling anybody can get. Like, I don't think I could do it personally because with me being traditional and I like to try to get my kids to follow in that tradition and all, I think for me, I'm a big softy when it comes to kids around Christmas time. I would probably be doing it in tears, man. I'd probably be in tears to see how happy the kids are.
Because what we're doing is I'm not just playing Santa for anybody. I'm playing Santa for these kids, that are in needy families. They can't really afford much.
Exactly, yeah.
So my stepmother and her association go around and get toys and gifts for them.
Okay.
And they go around the room. They go around this room to these tables where they'll grab cookies. They might grab a hat, some gloves. There'll be pre-made bags with toys for them. There'll be additional toys they can pick from.
Yeah.
And then they'll get to me to where they can talk to me, get a picture with me, and then they go on their way.
Yeah. And that's always a good thing right there. You're definitely doing a good charity for those in need.
And it's part of the reason to do it. I filled in for my father, is what it was. My father had broken his ankle because he used to do it.
Yeah.
And I was asked if I could fill in for him. And my personality. I don't seem like the type of person that would do this.
Yeah.
And I figured, whatever, I'll give it a shot.
Exactly.
And then after that, it was kind of like, I can do this.
Yeah, it's easy. Not only is it easy, it's like, you really feel good for, about yourself because you're really making somebody's day, somebody who has it a shit ton harder than us.
The first year I did it, there was this little girl, and it even had Dana laughing, right? Because she could see me from the door, and I was sitting there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she kept waving at me, and then ducking, and then coming back and waving at me, and then hiding again. And then she finally come up one more time. She waved, and I waved right back at her real quick, and she got all excited. I mean, it's little moments like that,
Oh, definitely, yeah. Kids are such a cherishable thing, that's why we worry so much about children, especially with everything that goes on nowadays in the world, where, these these liberals, these idiots. They want to do all this stuff.
Some kids approach me and they'll come up to me and go, "I know you're not the real Santa,"
Yeah, but just to see the image of him,
But I look at them and go, "Are you still having a good time, though?" And they'll say, "Yeah."
Yeah, exactly.
And that's all that matters,
Yeah. Yeah, that's everybody has their own meaning for Christmas, and it's always something traditional like that makes Christmas really special. So it's like, even though 80% of the world, 90% of the world looks at it as a commercial thing, it's like, what deals are this store going to have, or what are we going to do, gift wise, when we do this, we'll do that. It's like to me, I shop throughout the year. Mel does the same thing too, and we'll be like, okay, Christmas, we're going to put it in the back room, and we got stuff that's stored in the back room for like months on end, and we'll just keep getting items for the kids, and then come around, Thanksgiving, that's when we start wrapping gifts. And it's like, that way we don't have to bum rush out to the stores, spend an entire paycheck on gifts. We could just enjoy the holiday season as is, and everybody has their own special way of enjoying the season. And like you said, like you have, you can sit in a room in front of a Christmas tree and just gazing upon it and reliving memories, and then playing Santa. That's like with me. Like for me, it's Christmas music, and like you said, just sitting in a room. Even if you got a fireplace or something, and you got the fireplace lit, that's the illumination you got, and then you got a Christmas tree lit in the corner. You just sitting there, and that does it for me right there. It's like, the Christmas season should not be about bum rushing each other, to buy gifts here or there for people. Like you got all year to worry about shit like that. Because
now, of course, this year I gotta try to see if I can find some people to help out with the whole Santa thing, because apparently we're going to be short some people this year.
If y'all need an extra Santa, I know somebody that you can get a hold of who does Santa too.
We don't need an extra Santa. What we need extra hands to help out with like giving out the stuff.
Okay. I'm pretty sure, because I know a guy. I'm pretty sure he would definitely do something like that too. Even if it's not dressing up as Santa, he does helping out for kids and stuff. Him and his daughter. So I'll mention that to him. Let him know if that you need some hands going around, helping out with that stuff, and see if he can do anything.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah, get Jeff to play Santa. I thought he was going to play Santa last night, Colton, because I seen him put the picture up with the little Santa hat and shit. I would say, you know what? He's got to do a stream with that Santa hat. And every shot he takes, there's got to be a ho, ho, ho to it.
Well, there's probably going to be a stream with you and me where I'm in my suit.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely going to do a URC of that. We definitely...
I mean, hell, there's a Phasmophobia video on my YouTube channel where I played Santa.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll definitely do an episode of URC closer to Christmas, when we're doing that. You get your... you don't even have to do the whole getup, I don't think. Just, do the top or whatever, or just I don't know, maybe the beard or something.
I don't have a problem wearing the whole getup. I have 2 suits.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so we already got an episode of URC planned for you guys. It's going to be a Christmas episode. We're going to have Santa Tom over here.
I might have to design another background for Christmas.
Shit. Yeah, give you time to do it. I mean, shit. It ain't like we're bum rushing for it. We got time for it. But, yeah.
Yeah, I can make one.
There you go. So, yeah, let's get back to around where, let's see, he's just a hat and a jacket like Clark Griswold. Shit. I mean, I might even buy me a Santa hat just to wear along with it, just to get the hat, that'd be it. But yeah, the holiday season, it's however you guys, celebrate it in your own traditional way. Now, come with every holiday season, there's always something dark. There's always some darkened hallway, some darkened doorway that you have to go through to get to the next season, right? And I'm talking about Black Friday.
Oh, I thought you were talking about eggnog diarrhea. About to
That-
say,
that- that too,
That's
I've-
a dark time.
So far, I've had that already.
I was about to say it's a dark time too. I get it as well.
Jeff has already told me, he's like, stop drinking that shit. Because I'll tell him, like, the first night I had it.
Well, but it's delicious.
It is. And
That's the problem with me. I'm lactose intolerant, and Dana will tell you I can't stop drinking milk. I like milk. I can't help it. And then I'll be in the bathroom going, "It's worth it.
Yes, it is.
Totally worth it."
But it's almost like it's not meant to be drank with meals or something, but it's like my dumbass, I'll end up eating something along with drinking it. And
Well, you do realize as adults we're actually supposed to be lactose intolerant.
yeah.
Milk is supposed to be good for growing up as children, but as you get older, you're supposed to actually become lactose intolerant.
Damn.
Not everybody does, though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's just a strange thing.
Our bodies are weird. As we get older, our bowels start weakening.
All I know is if I ever get blocked, give me some dairy.
Yep. Now, I'm going to play this video for you guys. You're not going to be able to see it on Discord. I'm going to switch over and play it. But I want you guys... Let's see, where am I at here? Okay, I want you guys to take a gander at this. So, this is a video that I came across on TikTok last night. I was trying to find it on YouTube, but can't find it on YouTube anymore. You can only find it on TikTok. Now, Black Friday... everywhere they were having some kind of deal, right? Watch this, guys. I don't know where there it is.
Okay, what about this one? Oh, it's the same.
Black Friday deal?
I don't get it.
That's a deal?
Okay, this one? But it's the same.
Bro, that's not a deal.
I don't get it. I'm confused.
I shit you not, guys.
Oh.
I shit you not. This couple, and there were several others that had went into stores, like Target, and they would have posted these prices for Black Friday sales. But it's the actual price of the item that was on sale right before that. So it's like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So there is...
I've heard a lot of companies do this. What they'll do is they'll either up the price or they'll just leave it the same and cover it and make it look like it's a deal.
Yeah. So yeah, Black Friday is such a scam, especially this year. Like, people have called out the scams. Now, when you got video platforms like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, people are posting this stuff on these platforms, and of course, a lot of it that is true information. Of course, some of these platforms will flag it as false information, which it's not, because the proof is right there. You know, you got stores that are scamming people, shit, with prices that were already prices to begin with. So you're not knocking money off of a certain item, you're charging the same thing for it. So there's a big scam going on right now. And of course, when it comes to Black Friday, I've never been to a store on Black Friday. My ex has. My ex was dumb enough to go out on Thanksgiving night after dinner to go stand in line at I think it was Toys R Us or Walmart to get a couple items. And she was there with her aunt and I think her mom. And this was many years ago. And I'm at home. I'm like, I'm not even going to bother. I'm staying my ass right here at home. I'm going to play me some fucking video games. I'm going to enjoy myself. And that's exactly what I did. They stayed out there till like 12, 1 o'clock in the fucking morning. For what? A couple fucking items, you know, that are going on sale? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I know there's good deals going on in stores and shit, and that's why people will bum rush to get that hot new item or that fucking 55-inch TV for $100 off or some shit. And it's like, Jesus Christ, we've it's like our animal sides have kicked in. Our animal nature has kicked in, and it's like, dog eat dog in every fucking store every Black Friday. People.
Well, from what I heard this year, because my wife went out with her mother for Black Friday, right? Apparently it wasn't as bad out this time.
No,
surprisingly. And she got a good deal on those headphones, like the ones that I use for our streams.
Yeah, you told me.
She got me an identical pair that we paid about $25 for in Kohl's. She found the same pair, I think, at Walmart on sale for $10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, stand in line for a TV that's 20% off. Yes, I know.
I went out Black Friday once with my wife because I needed batteries.
Yeah.
And that was so funny. We walked in the store, we watched people bum rushing to things, right?
Mm-hmm.
All I did was grab a thing of batteries, got in line, and I was out.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
Like, I don't know what it is. It's like human nature. It's like people wait till that last one special day where they got money saved up and they want to go to a store just to fucking trample over. It's like a goddamn War of Worlds. It's like there's a South Park 3-part episode for Black Friday where the kids were, it was like a Xbox versus PlayStation episode where it was like who won the console wars, Xbox or PlayStation, and it all takes place on Black Friday, and just the entire massacre scene that happens. It's so hilarious. People are stabbing each other and shit, bum rushing, walking on each other in this mall. You got this big fat bitch who's like, kiss my fat vagina.
I want to go out one year with my camera, right, on a Black Friday, and act like one of those people, that voices over the thing, like going in the Serengeti and stuff like that, right? But be in there and go, I'm going to watch idiots in their natural habitat on Black Friday. Let's observe. Right?
Watch this one as it goes through
a nature documentary.
Yes. Watch as this one goes for a TV. It is 32 inches, but it now costs $98. Original price, $120. Did I ever watch the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? Yes. Jingle All the Way. Oh my God.
Hold on.
Who is your daddy?
Yes.
And what does he do?
Yeah, I watch that movie every year too, Colton. Jingle All the Way.
I know that wasn't from that movie, but still it was Arnold.
You're like, put that cookie down now.
That's a sound bit I should get.
Yes. Yeah, because his son wants that Turbo Man action figure, and it's the hottest new item around Christmas, and he's searching everywhere for it, and they go in the store, and it come to find out they all sold out of the Turbo Man, but they got his his sidekick or arch nemesis or something or shit. That was the other movie I saw Sinbad in. That's right, because we had a discussion recently about Sinbad, and that was the other movie that he was in that I saw was Jingle All the Way. It's still a good movie, yeah. But yeah, that's the basis of fucking Black Friday every year is people, trampling in stores. Just like, okay, I have a movie review, guys. I'm gonna come out and say it today. Coming out this Thursday. It's for the movie Thanksgiving, the most recent one. It's the slasher one. It's a really good movie. If you guys have yet to see it, go check out Thanksgiving. You're gonna get a good laugh out of it. It's a good slasher horror movie. It's definitely accurate. Yeah, this movie was accurate for the Black Friday and Christmas shopping. Yes, Jingle All the Way was. But then when you got a movie like Thanksgiving that just came out, it's accurate to Black Friday and Thanksgiving, because the first 10 minutes of the movie takes place on Black Friday, and these people are like fucking savages. They're waiting to get into the store, and they see this group of teenagers already inside. They snuck in on the side door, through a side exit, and they just start bum rushing the security, and you only got 2 security guards standing there trying to hold this line back, and they all bust through, and they're all pushing against the front doors of this building. And the glass is breaking, and then eventually...
I'm in danger!
Oh, they were in danger, all right.
I had to.
you know, the glass is shattering and breaking and everybody breaks in. This one poor security guard inside who locked the door, he's trapped underneath one of these doors that have been broken down and he's just being trampled. They're stomping on him left and right. And then you got these fucking Karens that are pushing carts into each other, beating the shit out of each other. You know, it's almost like death is happening around them. Yeah, even one or two people died in the incident, you know, which led to the theme of the movie, of course. But it's sad. People get fucking black eyes and broken toes, and there's people that died. They fucking died over a fucking toaster somewhere or a fucking television, you know, and that's in real life.
I gotta do it.
Yes.
I had to do it at least once.
Oh, Lord.
It has happened. People have fucking died over a fucking television. Like, how bad does...
Yeah, people get stabbed over a Popeye's chicken sandwich. We live in dumb times. I wasn't expecting you to do that.
Yeah, that was another thing, too. You know, like, when the fucking Popeye's chicken sandwich came out, people were fucking beating each other up over that shit. Oh, my God.
Yeah, no.
But, you know, on Black Friday... It's amazing how the human nature could go from being nice and caring and loving, you know, just the day before, you know, on Thanksgiving, you're thankful for who you have in your life. You're thankful for the things that you've got. And then suddenly the next day, you're fucking killing your neighbors. You're killing your neighbors over a VCR or a fucking TV or a video game. Like, what happened to being thankful? Oh, that was yesterday. Fuck that. You know, Thanksgiving's not enough. Shots fired! I hate to say it, that's exactly how I view it. It's like
I know.
Thanksgiving, you're so loving and caring for your fellow man and shit, and then a day later, not even 24 hours later, you're like, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, cunt. Fuck you. Give me that fucking...
motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker. You know? You got people that are coming in left and right, fucking stomping on each other. Yeah, thankful one day, next day, fuck all that. That's what it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, what happened to you being so loving? What happened to you being so giving? Oh, I was only giving for one day. Fuck that. You know, I'm done. I gotta get my kids this fucking laptop over here, or they're gonna be bugging me all goddamn season for a computer, and this is the only time I can get one. And then you walk in the store and it's all sold out. So then you're like, Inner Rage comes out. You're like fucking Goku. You go from Super Saiyan 1 to Super Fuck That, and you start beating the fuck out of people. Next thing you know, you're on the other side of the store and you hear fucking 20 meters away, "Kiss my fat vagina!" When you hear that, you run the fuck out. That's the fucking basis of Black Friday. It's like, you ain't thankful for shit. You were thankful 12 hours ago, and now you're like, no, fuck that. But yeah, there's also been videos that were taken, and people were posting them on TikTok, and they're like, look at the stores. They have all this stuff set up, all these sales set up, but there's nobody in sight. These stores are empty. It's like, okay, well, first of all, we've already identified y'all as scamming people on Black Friday. You're not putting sale tags out there. These things are not really on sale. You're just saying they're on sale, but that's the original price. 2, have you all paid attention to the last 2 to 3 fucking years since Biden took office? You know, how Trump warned everybody that, you know, prices of things are going to go up. It's going to, you know, the cost of living is going to be increased greatly. People are going to be struggling. People are going to be losing jobs, and they have. People have worked years, decades, you know, businesses and working jobs that have shut down. They were good paying jobs, and now you got mom and pop who they went into business with each other, for each other, you know, and they were making damn good money and all, and they were holding out. But now it's like, Jesus, they lost their building, they lost their jobs and shit, and all of a sudden, you know, they're forced to get a job at fucking Burger King, you know, So it's like, yeah, of course, with everything going on.
I want waffle fries.
Yeah, exactly. But you've got these people that are, they can't afford to do any of this. Oh, let's see. But yeah, you got people that are living off of welfare that need it. Yeah, 401k was booming with Trump. It got fucked with Biden. Yeah, Biden and the administration fucked everything up. Now people are struggling to save money.
Now, Mike, you messed up saying welfare. It's welfare.
Yeah, welfare.
Right.
Yeah. So, you got people that are struggling. They're trying to save money left and right, but they can't. They expect people. Well, Black Friday's coming up. You got to get gifts for people, right? We're gonna have these sales. We're gonna have some good sales going on. Yeah, well, doesn't matter if your sales are good or not. We still can't afford the shit. But it's Black Friday. We got sales. Like, nobody cares. Nobody is going to waste gas driving. Gas is already, let's see, in my area. Well, yeah, Tom, in our area, gas is like hovering between $3.09 and $3.20. And some areas, there's other areas, people are buying gas for like $4 or $5 a gallon, and then the price of eggs is like shit, $5 a gallon for eggs, probably $6 for a gallon of milk. The necessities, the bare necessities that you need in your life.
It's become a conspiracy.
It has. So it's like, people, they can't afford to do anything nowadays. They want to, but they can't. So, the demographic of people is like, well, Black Friday's about going out and, you got some good deals going on, 20, 30, 40% off of this, you're going to get a good deal on it. It's like, well, no, I'm not, I could get it somewhere else, I'll save a little bit more money and get it somewhere else. That's why somebody like me or my girl, like Mel, will get stuff for the family throughout the year. And this year, like, what was it? Last year, it was Amazon. She got good deals on Amazon last year, got a lot of good deals. This year, she took up Temu. And I always looked at Temu as I thought it was like a scam, kind of like a scam in a sense, but it's not a scam. Now, they do have things where it's like, okay, you could earn, a free $20 gift card if you play a shit ton of these games and this and that. It's like, okay, that's a scam right there because it's forcing you to play games and send invites to other people and stuff. It seems like a scam, but when you go on the website and you're buying stuff on there, you can actually get good deals on shit. I just got Mel some early gifts. It just came in the other day. I got her a pocket sewing machine. I got her a t-shirt, a bracelet set that has these little hexagonal stones on it, that she can mix and match, and a couple of necklaces, zirconia necklaces. I paid $29 for all that shit. Everything was on sale on Temu. $29 for all that shit. That's a damn good steal right there. So you could get some good shit off of Temu, and we have. So that was basically our Christmas run right there. She would hit up Temu, I would hit up Temu, we would get stuff for the family. And yes, it would take a couple weeks for it to come in the mail, but goddamn, when it did, shit, we were going through it, we were sorting it out and say, okay, this is for this girl, this is for that girl for Christmas, this is for your dad, this is for so-and-so, whatever. That's where Christmas, we're done with Christmas, we sparingly have a little bit of money saved over from doing bills, and you hit up Temu for some good deals, and you're good to go. Black Friday is starting to become a thing of the past because people can't afford to drive out, with fucking swords and baseball bats to get the next hot fucking item at Target or Walmart.
Well, here's another thing that's working against it now, too, is you now have it where, you now have Cyber Monday.
Yep.
You have things that happen, like, all week long.
There was even
So
sales.
it's like, why go out Friday when you got different deals all week?
Exactly, and they were having deals all week long though, even up till Thanksgiving. They were having all kind of deals. You know, Black Friday extended out for about a week, so it's not like it's everything is labeled to one day as it was for the last 30 years or so. You know, where it's like Black Friday, that one day of the year, you know, where you could save and buy shit, you know. But then it's like now, in the era, you know, the day and age of internet, and people are buying stuff online. You know, they're buying it from the websites, they're buying it from Amazon, whatever. You can get better deals online than you can in stores. And people,
This is true.
yeah, and people don't mind buying the shit and having it mailed out to them. Yeah, of course, you got to pay for shipping and handling, and now you got to pay a little bit more extra, you know, because, the gas and all that shit. Like, oh my God. So it's like, let's say I buy a bunch of stuff, roughly around $30, and I gotta pay like $6 or $7 for shipping and handling and a little bit extra, and then they want you to tip the driver, of course. Now, you know, if the driver's delivering and they get it there on time and all, I'll give them a tip. You know, I'll be like, fuck the app, I'll give you like a $5 tip or something. You know, if I got $5 laying around, I'll say, here you go, you got my shit here early enough. You know, you did really good, thank you very much, happy holidays.
Well,
that kind of thing.
but there's also places that, for instance, say you buy something over like $35 or more, the shipping's free.
Exactly.
You know,
I think
so sometimes you get deals like that.
I think Amazon's like that too, where it is.
They
like,
are with a lot of things, not everything though, but a lot of things.
Yeah. But yeah, like, you know, Black Friday, it's becoming a thing of the past because more and more people know how to use the internet now. They know they can get better deals elsewhere. I don't know if I would buy a television online and trust it being delivered here because electronics like that are fragile. I think I would go to a store and pick it up, you know, rather than have some.
I'm the same way when it comes to electronics. I'd rather be able to buy it right then and there and take it home myself, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it's like why I've never ordered a computer online and stuff like that. I'd be too nervous,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, because you never know, you know, these kind of things, it happens. And, you know, but anything else, you know, whether it's clothing or toys or anything of that nature, you know, I could buy it online and have it delivered in a box or whatever. That's fine, you know. But yeah, you know, Black Friday, like, people are now, you know, posting shit, you know, and it's like, okay, Target is exposed for scamming Black Friday sales. And then people are posting elsewhere, hey, look, there's not a soul in sight on Black Friday. They got all these good sales and all these good deals going on, and nobody's partaking. And it's like, because nobody can afford it now. Nobody wants to walk into a store and pay for that shit.
And not only that, half the time it's not actually a good deal. They're just making it look like it is.
Yeah, exactly. But then, you know, here comes another thing, too. And, you know, since Black Friday is such a big bullshit scam right now, here's something else that is big, even bigger bullshit. And I can't say I'm pissed about it, because I'm like, you know, I really don't know what to think about it. But the liberal racists are at it again. You know, the good old Joe Biden dick suckers, the Trump-hating racist motherfuckers are at it again. And this time they've deemed something controversial and racist once the fuck again. And this time they hit the 50-year-old cartoon, A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Going into this article, now before
I had to.
it was needed. It was definitely needed. So I'm going to put this guys under Tuned In Live Scraps. If you guys are familiar with the show, if you guys want to follow anything article related that we share on the show, it goes into the podcast leftover. So we're over in the Tuned In Live Scraps. Let's talk about Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Now, I never really fully watched it. I don't know why, but I do like Charlie Brown. I think one year I will watch it, you know, or maybe I'll watch it this weekend or something. I don't know. It's a little too late for it, but I'll watch it. 50 years ago, The Peanuts gang tucked in for a Turkey Day feast to remember. A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving made its primetime debut November 20th, 1973, and it instantly joined its predecessors, 1965's Charlie Brown Christmas and 1966 It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, as a perennial holiday favorite. Like those timeless Charles Schulz pen specials, Thanksgiving is currently streaming on Apple TV Plus. So does that mean the movie, or I don't even fucking know. But anyway, which owns the streaming rights? Yeah, Apple TV. So if you don't have Apple TV, Apple TV owns the streaming rights to the Peanuts franchise. So if you want to watch Charlie Brown Christmas and all that, you gotta be subscribed to Apple TV Plus. And Apple TV doesn't have shit on it. I've tried it. I've had a subscription, a free trial subscription to Apple TV Plus. They have garbage on there. The only thing they got that's good is these Charlie Brown classics, and they're all holiday specials. You know, I'm not gonna watch Charlie Brown Christmas in April. I'm not gonna watch the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown at Christmas time. You know, it's like, fuck. But a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving has lately been accompanied by a side helping of controversy. At issue is a sequence from a half-hour cartoon where Charlie Brown and his friends sit down for their version of Thanksgiving dinner, featuring toast, popcorn, and jelly beans in place of turkey, mashed potatoes, and cranberry sauce. During this meal, though, here's where it gets very fucked right here, you know, for all these liberal racists right now. During the meal, one friend seems distinctly left out of the cold. Franklin, the only main black character in Peanuts, is seated in a beach chair by himself on one side of the table. Even though he's part of the group, he's still distinctively separate from them. It's an image that increasingly bothers modern-day viewers of a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, several of whom have expressed their complicated feelings on social media platforms like X, formerly known as Twitter, over the years. In a since-deleted tweet, one person shared a photo of Peanuts' Thanksgiving table scene, writing, "Diversity without equity and inclusion is a sad, subtle thing, isn't it?" Schultz's widow, Jean Schultz, addressed the debate over Franklin's role in the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving with Yahoo in 2020, months after George Floyd's death shone a renowned spotlight on depictions of race in American media. Of course something has to be related to fucking George Floyd. Oh, Christ. At the time, she noted that while her husband wrote a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, he wasn't involved with the animation process, that is. That fell to director Bill Melendez, who first collaborated with Schultz on a Charlie Brown Christmas. The duo continued to work together on animated Peanut specials for decades, alongside producer Lee Mendelson. The scene would not have had anything to do with Sparky, because it was purely the animators and the directors working on it. The director parcels out the seeds to the animators, and the animators who drew the seeds aren't alive anymore, or we don't know how to find them. The controversy first popped up a couple years ago. I've probably watched the special a dozen times and I haven't noticed, but I wouldn't notice it. It's to be noticed now. Schultz expanded on those thoughts in 2019 blog post published on the official website for the Charles Schulz Museum and Research Center, where she serves as the president of the board of directors. While it can't be known now which animator drew this particular scene, you can be sure this is no ulterior motive. I fall back on Peppermint Patty's apology to Charlie Brown, explaining she meant no harm when she criticized the poor Thanksgiving offering, which goes something like, "There is enough problems in the world already without these misunderstandings." To suggest the show had any messages, then the importance of family, sharing, and gratitude is to look for an issue where there is none. Now, I'm not going to go on and read the rest of this article, but that basically is the basis of what these retards, and I'm going to call them retards because anybody who views something as racist nowadays, who looks for a reason to have something racist nowadays, I consider you a retard. You don't have to be mentally brain dead. You're just acting retarded. Sorry, guys. The fucking cold's coming back to me. But yeah, like when you look at the scene, you know, everybody's around the table. You got this one little black kid who's by himself on the other side. And I made a joke last night. I was talking to a couple of buddies of mine. I was like, you know what? Maybe that little black kid didn't want to sit with Charlie Brown. Maybe he sat there and said, I don't want to sit with you crack-ass motherfuckers. I want to sit by myself. I'm a fucking loner. I want to sit here. I want to have all this fucking side of the table to me. Maybe I want to have like plate after plate after plate of food right there. Maybe I don't want somebody touching my knee. Maybe I don't want somebody breathing on my food. Maybe I feel comfortable sitting here as is. Maybe that's what his reaction was on the show. I don't fucking know. But nowadays...
Here's my thing.
Go ahead.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
They could have made it where he wasn't invited at all.
Exactly.
He was at least invited. He's there. So, you know what? Shut the fuck up.
Exactly. You know, these idiots today, they'll find the littlest detail in a movie, TV show, song, video game, book, magazine, whatever. They'll find the most littlest mundane detail that they can to cause some kind of controversy because they don't like it. So apparently somebody who's not a fan of Peanuts, they're not a fan of Charles Schultz, they don't like Charlie Brown, they hate the bald-headed motherfucker, so they got to come up with some kind of idiotic, controversial thing to say, oh, Charlie Brown's racist. The little black kid is sitting by himself at the fucking table. Charlie Brown isn't perfect. It's a fucking cartoon. It's been a fucking comic strip for the last 70 fucking years, people. You want to throw controversy at something like that, but yet you won't do it.
This was back in 1973. It was different thinking back then. Get the fuck over it.
Exactly. And people talk about racism still exists today. Today, there's
It only exists because people keep talking about it.
Exactly. These idiots keep bringing the shit up. You keep making racism a fucking issue, and you got to find it in the beauty of anything, you know? And you got to make it ugly. Like, a couple months ago, okay, Judy Garland apparently was in a movie back in the 30s, all right? I think it was before or after The Wizard of Oz. They claim that there's photos circulating around the internet that Judy Garland did a role where she was blackface. Now, that kind of stuff can be photoshopped. Whether she did or not, you got to remember, and like Tom said, you got to think back to the times. Those were the times where that was allowed, you know? She had mud or dirt or something on her face. Nowadays, people are like, oh, well, she was blackface. We got to boycott her. The poor woman is dead.
Like she gives a fuck.
Yeah, she's been dead for fucking 60, 70 fucking years. I think she was either murdered or something. I forgot what it was, but the poor woman is recognized for one of the most timeless classics out there, The Wizard of Oz, which is almost 100 years old. You know, it's shy just about a slew of teenage years.
Honestly, Mike, is it a bad thing getting canceled? Because if you think about it, when you get canceled, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly. Like, I don't understand.
At that point. At that point, you can do anything you want because you're already canceled. So it's like, what the fuck? Up the ante.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 2023 and it's sad people are still crying about skin color. She's been dead since the 60s. Yes, she has. People are still crying over the fact that, you know, blacks are blacks, whites are whites, Mexicans are Mexican, Jewishes are Jewish, Jews are Jewish.
And the funny thing is, I've never really looked at anybody because of their color.
Yeah.
When I meet somebody, I only care about their personality.
Same thing here.
I don't care if they're trans, straight, gay, lesbian,
Whatever.
poster,
Yeah.
purple, blue. I don't care about that. I care about their personality. I've even said that to people. I don't see color and stuff like that. I see them as who they are.
Yeah.
You know, so Mike, I see you as Mike. You see what I'm saying?
And I see you as Tom, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, is I see you as the person as you are. I don't care about shit like that, like color and shit like that.
Yeah. But apparently these people that look at shit like this, they care. They absolutely care because they're like, we don't want to offend anybody. We don't want to offend people. I bet you the blackest of the black community will look at this cartoon and they would say probably the same thing I did. It's like, hey, maybe he did say, fuck them cracking motherfuckers. I want to sit by myself on this side of the table, you know? Maybe.
The thing is I'm different. I love it when people try to offend me because the shit they say sometimes is hilarious.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's like, you need to understand there's some people in the world that you can't really offend.
Yeah, because you know, it's like trying to get into a political debate and asking somebody, who would you vote for, Biden or Trump? And people will say, fuck Trump. Trump's a piece of shit. Okay, what didn't you like about Trump? Oh, I didn't like the fact that he was racist. But he was never racist. Biden was racist. You don't know your fucking... You don't know anything. Shut the fuck up.
There's some stuff Trump did that I went, whoa, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, though, he made me laugh.
Uh-huh.
And that's what kept him in good with me for the most part, is he could make me laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because he's saying shit that I would have said, and it's like, holy shit.
But today's demographic... You know, they're so politically correct, and that shouldn't even be a thing. You know, people being politically correct because they're like, oh, things should be like this, things should be like that. Oh, so you mean things should be like the way they were back in the Civil War times? You know, those type of people that are PC, that are woke, that are liberal, that are Democrat, they would rather see us go back to the times where we were owning slaves, where we had people going, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, no, sir. You know, that's what they want. That's the type, they're fucking racist altogether. They want things to be reverted back to how they originally were. And it's like, it's not going to get that way because you got idiots that are like, oh, well, we're trying to kill racism, but racism is still a thing because of white supremacy. White supremacy.
And we've already talked about how to end racism. Stop talking about it.
Exactly. But when you look at something like this, you know, poor Charlie Brown, I guarantee some idiot out there is like, oh, Charlie Brown's a white supremacist. Do you know what the definition of a white supremacist is? And I guarantee you, they do not fucking know the answer. Let's see, what is a white shit? I'll to anybody who may be watching, supremacist. Let's see.
But you see, the problem is we can't end racism due to the fact that there's people that are too stupid to realize you don't mention it. If you stop talking about something like racism, it goes away.
Exactly.
But there's always going to be ignorant people in the world, you know?
Like, looking up white supremacy on Britannica.com. And they probably updated it. You know, they probably updated the shit, you know, to match with today's demographic. White supremacy, beliefs and ideas purporting natural superiority of the lighter skin or white human races over other racial groups. In contemporary usage, the term white supremacist has been used to describe some groups espousing ultra-nationalists, racist, or fascist doctrines. White supremacist groups often have relied on violence to achieve their goals. Now, they'll use the term white supremacist against white people. The same way that some people on the internet, and I'm not going to name them, but there are some trolls on the internet, and a lot of you guys already know who I'm getting ready to talk about. White supremacy to certain people is what these idiots online look at the word pedophile or autistic. It's like you use it as a basic word nowadays in your vocabulary. Like, people will call each other pedophiles, they'll call each other autistic. But they don't even know the real fucking term behind it. Like, okay, they know what
Do you know
pedophiles.
what's fun about all this, Mike?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they've proven that everything started for, like, humans in Africa.
Yeah.
So I think we all actually came from Africa originally.
Of course.
So, So it's like, what's this about racism now?
Yeah. You know, a lot of us come from. Damn.
Race isn't even a thing if you really think about it.
Exactly.
Technically, we're all the same race. We're just different shades.
Exactly.
Because pretty much because of the areas we're from.
Yeah.
You know, when humans migrated to different areas, we adapted to the climates and the temperatures and stuff like that. So over time, we all became either pale or we darkened due to the area we were in, or, we tanned a little bit or something like that. But technically, they say everything started where Africa is.
Yeah. And then, like I said, all these people, they don't know their history. They don't know their geography behind all that, because they want the schools to throw all the textbooks out. They want to throw out all the legit information that people should be studying, should be taught in schools. But, they want schools to teach them about race theory. They want to teach about how to be the opposite sex and get away with it. How you're a man, you could dress as a woman, or you could go into a woman's bathroom. That kind of shit. That's what they want to be taught. They don't want to be taught about, how the Civil War started. They don't want to be taught they don't want to be taught about how slavery started. They don't want to be taught any of that shit. They want all that stuff to be thrown away, and they want today's demographic to be their education, where they see racism as, oh, well, if a white man farts on a black man, that's racist. I look at it.
Let me bring it up like this. The history books in school are a lie anyway, because they keep a lot of stuff out.
That is true.
All right? For instance, World War II.
Uh-huh.
All we ever heard about was the Holocaust and the Jews, right?
Yep.
But yet, he went after gays. He went after Christians, Catholics.
He did.
He went after anybody that was different.
Uh-huh.
All right? But that's not in the books.
No, it ain't.
But that's all you ever hear about is it was always the Jews. And yes, the Jews got the worst of it.
Yes,
but they're not the only ones that suffered.
Yeah.
And then when you hear about slavery, it's only about black slavery you're ever taught about.
Uh-huh.
You never taught about how, Irish were slaves, Japanese, Chinese had slaves,
Yeah, just
all the shit that happens there. And then you don't learn about how immigrants were treated when they came to America, which is funny due to the fact that the people that founded America were immigrants themselves.
Yes, they were.
The Irish were treated like shit when they came over here. All right, during World War II, anybody of Asian descent was treated like shit and put in internment camps.
Yep.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But you don't hear a whole lot about that.
And it's funny that
when you hear about Pearl Harbor, you only hear about the fact that Pearl Harbor was bombed. You don't hear about, we interred all these, people of Asian descent.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody in history wants to try to make their country look like the hero when it's just a bunch of lies.
It is, yeah. That's like, funny we got into talking about that because last night at work I was watching Pluto TV, and of course Dances with Wolves was on. And that's one of my favorite movies from Kevin Costner, was Dances with Wolves. It's a fantastic movie, based off a book, but when you watch the movie, it's almost like you're reliving history. It's how it shows how these Native Americans on this land once, they fought other Native tribes for territory, of course, but they were also peaceful people until settlers came over and they started taking over land, and they'll kill anybody that gets in their way. It's like if there's a family of Sioux relations,
which is left out of the school history books.
Exactly.
You hear about how we settled over here. You hear about the different tribes, but you talk to a history teacher in like high school or something like that. Oh, they just happened to die off.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like you don't ever hear, oh yeah, we slaughtered them.
Yeah. But yeah, that's like the story of Pocahontas. Is like, okay, what do people know about Pocahontas? People who grew up in the 90s. Oh, I know that animated that Disney movie.
Oh, that thing's a fabricated lie.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he took a young teenage girl, abducted her, raped her and all, and they took her back to England where he was from and stuff like that.
And then she died. She got ill and died.
Yep. Left that
all out.
Hey, that's the true story of Pocahontas right there.
Yep, left that all out.
But yeah, just watching, movies with historical accuracy to it, like Dances with Wolves is a prime example. It's like this is how we were as people back then. Our ancestors sadly come over here and rape the land from the natives, and this is how we treated them. Shit, our great ancestors. We were shooting down Native Americans. We were treating them like shit and all. And then today...
But it's just like, I don't understand when you come from African American descent and you trust our government.
Yep.
All right. And people always go, well, Americans just don't trust them. They just see them as necessary evil. No. We don't trust our government. All right. Especially African Americans shouldn't trust our government, because back in the 60s, I believe they purposely drugged them.
Yeah.
I forget what they did exactly, but they were drugging them with a bunch of stuff. And that was our government.
Oh, yeah.
That
was some sad shit.
And then yet people will go, well, I trust this person. I don't trust our government worth a shit.
That's like today where they say, black people... today they don't like Trump because Trump is racist. It's like, but you all can't prove one thing that Trump said or did that was racist when you got a couple dozen things that Biden has said and done. But then, you also got some black people that come out and say, you know what? Yeah, Trump was right. I'm for Trump. Biden's a piece of shit. He's a racist piece of shit. It's like you got some people out there that...
Trump was good enough for Kanye West.
Yeah. So it's like you got some black people out there that they didn't take the juice. They didn't take the government juice and get brainwashed. But then you got others that were brainwashed, and they turn around and say, yeah, Biden's for us. He's helping us out. Okay. Did he get you a job? Not yet. I'm like, okay. What did he give you? Oh, he gave us those incentive checks when COVID was okay. Incentive check of what, $200-$300? What was that going to do? Buy you groceries?
You know what I've noticed throughout my whole career, my life, getting jobs?
Yeah.
Every year that a Democrat has been in office, I've always had a hard time finding a job.
Yep. That's how it is.
Every time a Republican's been in office, I can easily find a job. I thought that was just something strange.
It is.
At first, I just thought, well, maybe it was just a random pattern, but I don't think so anymore.
Yeah, Colton said the largest...
It's just so weird.
The largest mass killing was committed by our own government.
Right.
Yeah.
It was.
Yep. But yeah, like you were saying, like when it comes to Democrats...
Oh, yeah, we're supposed to trust them.
Yeah.
Especially when it came to the COVID shot, where they're like, you either get it or you stay in your house. And I just kind of looked right at Biden and I was like, fuck you.
Yeah. See, like, looking at the last 20 years, okay, so under Bush was Republican. Yes, not a lot of people care for what Bush did. He did some stupid shit, but then again...
Well, you gotta admit, he was only a C student.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he didn't know how to pronounce... When you can't pronounce nuclear, it's kind of like, oh, wow.
But it's like, the only thing that was happening under Bush was we went to war with, Iraq and all that. We were going after bin Laden, but in his eyes, we were going after Saddam Hussein because of what happened when his daddy was in office. He was
finishing what daddy started.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. It gave him an excuse to go over there and do something to finish it off. But
I mean, yeah, he got him,
Yes,
but
he did.
But the thing is, that shouldn't have been our goal. We should have been worrying about bin Laden that whole time.
Exactly. Just like back here at home, I don't recall the job market being, in a depressing matter. Same thing with housing and all. But when Obama got in, those were dark times too. When Obama got in, the housing was going down. People were struggling to find jobs and shit. But
back when my mother was alive.
Yeah. But yet,
My mother didn't live long enough to see him become president, but I
Yeah.
remember my mother heard him speaking, and she said that man was evil.
Yep, exactly, and he still is.
And she's never said that to me about anybody before.
Yeah. Just like, everybody praised him because he had this good old healthcare system, Obamacare. Yeah. Who the fuck did it help? Who the fuck did it help? Some people are like, oh, it helped us out. Like, I'm sure the fuck it did. How much did you pay out of pocket?
But if you didn't get a plan, they were going to fine you.
Yep. And
it's like, really?
Yeah. And it's like, I don't see how he stayed in office for 8 years. Now, the next 4 years that he was in there, okay, he bought he bought the votes of the gay community. He was all for the gay community, and all the gay people had to, go out and vote for him, right? And I remember when I was working at the library, this one guy I was friends with, his name was George. He was gay. And he asked me, did I go to the polls and vote? And I said, nah, I didn't get a chance to go out and vote. And he was like, well, if you did go and vote, who were you going to vote for? And I said, the other guy. He's like, you're not going to vote for Obama? He's helping the gay community out. This. I'm like, he ain't helping anybody out. Obama's a piece of shit. I don't
recall him even helping him.
No. In fact, they lied about that shit. It's like, did he do anything special for him? No. It was the same shit that he did the last 4 years. I even had a guy look at me and said, well, it doesn't really take 4 years to get everything done. I'm like, yes, the fuck it does. Like, he just didn't do shit. All he did was go around, say some bullshit, go around, play basketball with the teenagers, go to school, say hi to the kids and all. He went on vacations. He never took care of shit. He put a healthcare system in that did not fucking work. And it was a fucking disaster. And then Trump gets in, and like Colton said, Trump didn't start any wars. There was no wars going on when Trump was in office. No, I mean, of course, you had Korea.
Trump told him like it was. Trump pretty much said, "You start shit, we gonna finish it."
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty much what he told him.
Yes, Colt. That's the same thing. Yeah, remember the 2008 election? A lot of people voted for him because he was black. Yes, they looked at him as going to be the first black president. But that doesn't mean jack shit. Even back in the 90s, Tupac even said, I think it was Tupac who said it. He said, there will never be a black man in office because it's the day that there is, things are going to be fucked up. And sure as hell enough, they were.
Now, I'm not against any race being president, but the thing is, you've got to be competent.
Exactly. And then you got
show us that you're competent. Obama never showed us that he was competent at anything.
No, he wasn't.
Almost every time you saw him, he was golfing.
Yeah, golfing or shaking the hands of teenagers and shit, kids.
That or I think he went skeet shooting at one point.
Yes.
And I'm thinking this guy's anti-gun, but yet he's shooting one.
Uh-huh.
Funny how that works.
Yeah. But then you got Trump coming in. Trump's got jobs out the ass coming in. He's doing a lot of good. He's building a wall for a reason. People are calling him racist because he's trying to keep the Mexicans from coming in. It's like, no, it's not that. There is a process that you got to follow if you want to be an American. He's trying to keep the drug lords out. He's trying to keep the gang-related violence out.
Most Americans don't care if immigrants come in. The thing is, we just want them to come through the proper channels.
Exactly. He's trying to keep terrorists from coming into the country. Trump was doing everything he could in the 4 years that he was in office, and he succeeded. The Democrats hated him for it. He succeeded, and they're like, well, we got to get him out of there. We got to get him out of there because people are working.
I agree with what was just said in chat. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm not against black man or woman being president, just not Obama or Camilla or Hillary.
Yeah, exactly. Same here.
Camilla's already proved she's an idiot.
Yeah. I'm just
Hillary,
saying,
we already know is an idiot, and we sure she's got people with scopes.
Uh-huh.
That's why I'm pretty sure people disappear.
Yeah, that's like I was just saying. Like, I'm not against them. It's just like back in the 90s, you can look it up. It was either Tupac or one of those famous rappers back in the day who said a black man will never make it as a president because they more likely will fuck the country up. Now, if you got somebody who's smart, has a good education, know what the fuck they're doing, they could run the fucking country the way Trump did. You know,
I forget. There was a comedian that once said, can't trust black people. It was a joke, right? But
yeah.
he was saying, we know we can't trust you in charge of anything because we gave you Oakland and Detroit. It's just like,
Exactly. It just boggles my mind. Like, you had, like.
And the funny thing is, I think it was an Asian comedian that made that joke.
I think it was. I think I remember it.
You see what I'm saying? I can't remember who it was off the top of my head. But he made that joke, and I went, "Oh shit!"
I think I do remember hearing that. Yes. But
nobody got offended. That was the thing. A lot of black people in the crowd were shaking their head like, "You're right."
Yeah.
But
when it comes to comedy, there is a lot of truth.
Joke.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if it's
but
a joke.
It's just like when Ben Carson was running, right?
I remember that.
I liked Ben Carson.
He could have been something. Yeah. But they didn't want him. I was like, okay, I don't know why y'all had Obama. Why not Ben Carson? Oh, Ben Carson. Yeah, he was another black runner-up. I think he was Republican though. That's probably why
he was Republican.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people's issues were.
Yeah, it was
but
yeah, that's their PC talk, and they're like, no black man can run Republican. You can only do Democrat. They're like, yeah, we'll see. But in today's day and age, you got Trump, and you had there was no issues under Republicans, like you said. It's only under Democrat where, like, when it was under Obama, you had issues with housing, you had issues with finding jobs, people losing jobs, and then it's another repeat with Biden.
No, I'm not saying there's no good Democrats. It's just the ones that always run seem to be batshit crazy.
Exactly. Biden's been in office for 50 plus years, but he's an idiot. He's a complete fucking idiot. And yes, he may have a little bit of dementia or something kicking in or whatever, but this is how he's always acted. He was always a fucking racist in office to begin with, and everything he said was always very subtle in a certain way. That's how he always was. Trump, what was the only thing that Trump said that got controversy with it? Grab her by the pussy, grab her by the pussy. Maybe he was joking with somebody. Maybe he was drunk. I don't fucking know. He didn't say that when he was president. So they found every little thing they could about Trump that they could fucking put against him. But did it stop him? No. Then there was that lawsuit with that Playboy Playmate who said that he raped her or some shit. I forgot what the fuck it was. How did that lawsuit go for you? Yeah, she was bought out. So, which means they didn't have no proof of the fucking shit. Just like right now, Trump is fighting lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit, and even on TV, they're like, "Oh well, this person who worked with Trump, they're getting 10 years for this, and this person's getting 10 years for that." Well, here's what I just recently learned last night, and I got the video for it. Let me see if I can pull it up. I don't recall how long it is, but it's very interesting, and it was on Fox News. And let me see if I can pull it up here. No, that's not it. There's one. Okay, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to play this one for you guys. Tom, you should be able to play it on your end somewhere. Oh shit, wrong one.
All I gotta do is probably turn the volume up.
Yeah. So I saw this last night, and the caption for it: Biden family and Clinton family confirmed to be corrupt, and they have been fabricating lies against Trump. All right, let's turn it all the way up as best I can.
Prime Time has been saying about the FBI and the Biden family has just been...
I can hear it.
For years, we've told you the FBI knew everything the Bidens were up to. The cash, the Chinese diamonds, American policy for sale. Not only was Biden blackmailing other countries and other countries blackmailing him, but the FBI was blackmailing Biden. Senator Chuck Grassley just announced that the Federal Bureau of Investigation has had 40 informants inside the Biden family for the last 15 years. What does that mean? It's exactly what you think. 40 FBI informants, going back to the time Joe Biden was vice president, have been providing criminal information to FBI field offices throughout the country. 40 FBI informants have been feeding the Bureau exactly what Joe Biden, James Biden, and Hunter Biden have been doing all over the world. Primetime isn't sure the FBI had this many informants working on the Trump campaign. So, what does it mean that the FBI has had the Biden family wired? And what does it mean that the FBI hasn't done a thing? Well, it tells me that the FBI knows all of the president's dirty laundry and is blackmailing him. Because Senator Grassley also revealed that multiple FBI field offices tried to run this criminal information back to headquarters and were blocked at every corner. This criminal activity was shut down during the Trump impeachment, shut down before the last election, and it's still being shut down today. Grassley says FBI headquarters deliberately smeared criminal information coming from FBI informants about the Biden family as foreign disinformation, when in fact, after an exhaustive examination, there's never been any information that any of this has been foreign. Even the FBI informant that said the Bidens shook down Ukraine for a $10 million bribe, that was vetted and found not to be foreign disinformation. But it gets worse. The FBI's attempt to follow up on the $10 million Ukrainian Biden bribe was shut down. The FBI informant who said there's 17 tapes of Biden talking about bribes, that too has been shut down, despite that there's no evidence that this is foreign disinformation. And while all of this is going on, the FBI has been actively planting information against Donald Trump, doctoring emails and disseminating fake dossiers. The FBI used Biden to get revenge on Trump. They got a dirty politician elected so they could defeat a politician who caught them trying to frame him and fired their director. And now we have a compromised president in the White House being protected by a rogue gang of sick agents. And the American people are the real victims of this stupid inside game. You're paying more for everything, the border's wide open, and crime is sky high. And we have 2 proxy wars that Biden can't manage. All because the FBI believes it's more powerful than democracy.
And that's the goddamn truth right there, guys. That's coming from Fox News, and everybody will say Fox News is bullshit. Fox News, well, where are these 40 FBI informants at? And I guarantee you, within the next few months, they're probably going to get Epstein. But yeah,
we do a little trolling. It's called We Do a Little Trolling.
You must have just added that.
Nah, that's from Loki's.
Oh, okay. But yeah, there you go, guys.
Trolling. It's called We Do a Little Trolling.
Yeah. You got all these FBI informants out there. You know, they're trying to prove something, and they can't. It keeps getting shut down as misinformation or foreign information misused or whatever. It's like, what the fuck? Like, all this shit, all this dirty shit about Biden, and it's true, nobody wants to hear it. But not unless they figure, oh, we got another year. We can last another year. No means to impeach him. Yes, you can impeach the motherfucker. Like, you all wanted to impeach Trump. You all wanted to impeach Trump 2 or 3 times, even when y'all thought he wasn't going to leave office in January.
To be fair, Democrats, every time a Republican gets elected, they immediately start trying to impeach him.
Yeah. They look for every little thing that they can to get rid of a Republican president. It is fucking sad. And now here you got some dirty shit on Biden and the Clintons, which is true, and it's out there. And more people are starting to hear it. But then they're like, nah, he ain't like that. He ain't like that. Okay. How much is your gas? How much is your groceries? How about the crime? Just like, okay, there was another video. I'm not going to play it, but I will skim it for you in words.
I want to get some of those stickers that have Biden pointing at stuff that says, I did that, and just go put them like on everything that has a higher price.
You know what? I have a whole slew of them. I'll give some to you next time I see you. I actually got some. But yeah, there was a group of people in New York. They were complaining about all these migrants coming to New York, taking up all their jobs, all their residences, getting, placed at motels. And then you got a lot of these New Yorkers, a lot of these Americans that are being put in the streets. They can't afford, there's no food to buy, there's no jobs or anything because they're complaining about all these migrants coming north for refuge. And then it's like, this guy reporting, it's like, you know what? Serves you right. You motherfuckers voted for this shit. Y'all voted for Biden to come in. Y'all voted for that piece of shit. This is what he did. He closed off the wall. He said, nope, the wall's done. Come on in. And they all flood in. And the one state that they take refuge is fucking New York. And so the people in New York mostly vote Democrat, at least. And they were all for this thing. Let's let them in. Let's let them in the country, Let's let them in. It's like, okay, without the proper channels, without going through the proper channels, okay, yeah, let's let all these fucking needing a green card to come in. And they don't have a green card or anything to come in. They're all fucking illegal. Damn, tier 1 sub. Holy shit, there we go. Oh, you gifted a tier 1 sub to Viral Guy. Oh, shit. Viral. Yeah, remember that episode, huh?
It does it randomly. It picks somebody.
Oh, okay. Viral. Yeah, you were randomly picked for a tier 1 sub to the channel, man. Congratulations. I don't know if you're still here yet, buddy. If not, I'll let you know in the chat. Yes, exactly. The episode of South Park where they took our jobs. That is exactly what's going fuck on right now. That's exactly what's going on.
I love the fact that South Park's gotten, what's her name? Kathleen Kennedy?
Yep.
Demoted. It's like, oh my God, I couldn't believe that when that actually happened. It's like, oh my God.
Oh, shit. But yeah, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, they're fabulous when it comes to mocking modern day issues with their cartoon. And people can get offended all the fuck they want. They can sit there and say, we need to boycott the cartoon. Don't watch it. Don't watch it and it won't exist in your world. But you know what? People will watch it. It's more popular than your fucking opinion. So sit back down and shut up. That kind of thing. But yeah, right now in New York, these same people who were all for letting the migrants in the country, they need jobs, they need this, they need that. All of a sudden, they all flood to New York. Now what's going on? These same people are complaining about it. They're fucking crying and complaining about the fact that there's no jobs, there's no food in the grocery store, there's none of this, there's none of that for them because all the migrants are taking it up. You voted for this shit! And this guy in this video, he told them as is. He's like, look, shut your fucking ass up and sit the fuck down. You voted for this shit. You have no right crying about it. And I agree. When you vote for something stupid like that goes downhill, you have no fucking right to say anything because this is exactly what you wanted. You voted for it. You cried for it. You sieved through for it. Everything. Your feelings mattered. Your feelings should have mattered that time. It's like, oh, we got to do this. We got to do this. If not, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Okay. Y'all got what you wanted. And now you want to cry about it? No. Y'all need to sit down, shut your fucking mouths, and accept it. Nobody wanted this shit. Trump was right the entire time. Trump said, if this happens, this is going to be an issue. That's going to be an issue. And what the fuck are we looking at right now? Y'all want to sit there and say that the Simpsons, they predated shit. They predicted the future, right? Everything that Trump said before Biden took over has come fucking true 100%. When he said you were going to be paying $4 or $5 a gallon of gas, what the fuck did you do within a year after Biden got in? $4 or $5 a gallon of gas. Your groceries going to go up. The cost of living is going to go up. What happened within the first year? Now people are struggling to live. People are getting 3 fucking jobs just to make it by. people who have good careers, they've had businesses go under because the Democratic Party decided to drag this whole COVID thing out. And they're like, don't worry, we're going to look after you. We're definitely going to look after you. We're going to give you these incentive checks of $500. That should help you out. Oh, so in the meantime, they can probably pay a car payment, probably pay their electric bill, but they can't make their mortgage. They can't make their apartment rent on what, $500? Just like with fucking welfare. Oh, well, I'm sorry, Walfer. Just like with Walfer, you know, you can't pay anything off of that shit. Like, these people are expecting to live off the government forever. They're not going to baby you. They're not going to hold on to you with that umbilical cord, letting you suck on their fucking nipple for, for the rest of your life. They fed you a little tidbit of what you want, or what they think you want, just so they can keep a job in that fucking office. That's all they did. And they gave you exactly what you wanted, and now you want to cry about it? Now you say people are sitting there saying, Trump was right. We should have listened. We should have listened. They took our jobs. Like, no. You all have no right to say a goddamn thing right now. That's like, okay, I didn't vote this year. Or I didn't vote the last time because I knew my vote wasn't going to count. I knew the fucking shit was going to be rigged. I didn't bother voting. So if I told somebody, yeah, $500 isn't enough to buy groceries. Exactly. $500 will get you like 4 things in the grocery store right now. 4 fucking things. That's it. But, you know, when it comes to voting, and people ask me, did you vote? And I say no. And they'll look at me and say, okay, well, why should you have an opinion in it if you didn't vote? I'll be like, okay, well, even if I did vote, it wouldn't have mattered. Because the idiot that I voted against still got it. But you know what? I have just as much right to voice my opinion and fight for what I believe our country deserves and what it needs. I have more of a right to voice my opinion than somebody who fucking voted for that piece of shit and then turns right back around, does a 180 and says, yeah, this guy's not working out. I'm not liking him. Like, no. My opinion matters more than what your opinion does. Because 2 years ago, you said Biden was the next best thing, you know, to slice bread and shit, you know? He was the next best thing. And now here you are, Biden's a piece of shit. He didn't follow up with his promises. I wish Trump would come back. No, you don't have a right to an opinion. You voted for this shit. You voiced your opinion. You shunned people. You've made fun of people. You've made fun of Trump. You've done this. You've done that. You were the fucking gringiest of the fucking gringe. And now you want to cry about it? You have no right to fucking cry about it. You're going to take it. You're going to swallow it. You're going to sit there. You're going to shut up until the next election. You want to make a difference? You will vote in the next election and you'll vote right. You'll vote for who is right, whether it is Democrat or Republican. You will vote for whoever is not Joe Biden or fucking Obama. I mean, that's my opinion on that right there. Like, you know, I feel, you know, in my opinion, that anybody that sits there and cries about that shit, they shouldn't cry about it. They shouldn't have that right to cry about it because this is exactly what they wanted. It's like, this is what you wanted, right? You got it. You should feel very enthusiastic about it. Say, oh, look, all the migrants, they now have a home, and I don't. I sacrifice my home and my job and my family's well-being just so these migrants from Mexico can have my apartment. Yeah, what a sad life these people live. Jesus Christ. Oh, shit, I was going to say, you still in there?
I'm still here.
I know I'm rambling on and on about it. Oh, shit. So anyway, let's get into today's last topic. Let's get off of politics here for a bit. So, last topic of the day, guys. And I can't believe this is even a thing, but this has been talked about within the past year. And I definitely want your input on this, because I know how you feel about certain video game publishers. So, Assassin's Creed players started having their games interrupted by full-screen pop-up ads, but Ubisoft says it was a technical error and quickly patched it. However, this isn't the this isn't the first time it's happened in Assassin's Creed either. So, first reported by Rock Paper Shotgun, console players for the older Assassin's Creed games like Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla have encountered Black Friday ad pop-ups for the latest entry, Assassin's Creed Mirage. Now, usually... Oh, there's Viral. Have you been here long, Viral? You have been gifted a sub, a tier 1 sub to the channel, man. That's some congratulations right there, man. And it was our own boy Tom right here. He randomly gifted you a sub, so there you go, buddy. But yeah, so usually with video games, like let's say Call of Duty, okay, when you start the game up, usually like within a year or so, when the next game comes out, they'll Left just got back. Oh, okay. Like yeah, you have been gifted a tier 1 sub, man. So there you go, buddy. But yeah, let's say Call of Duty and Battlefield. Usually when the next game in the series is coming out or about to come out, Viral said thanks and everything to you, Tom.
It's not a problem.
So usually games like that will have some kind of little miniature ad. It'll say, okay, upgrade or buy the next Call of Duty, or upgrade or buy the next Battlefield. You know, that's usually at the very beginning of the game. You know, they'll advertise it for a little bit in case you do want to go to the store and pre-order or whatever. But in here, they're having random ad pop-ups for Assassin's Creed Mirage while trying to access in-game menus. Ubisoft has since stated that the ads appeared due to a technical error and they removed them. Videos demonstrating the issue show a full screen spread touting a 20% off Black Friday offer for Mirage, with a prompt to dismiss the ad or buy now. The ad seemed most likely to appear when players were trying to access the map screen of the affected games. Our intention was to display a promotion for Assassin's Creed Mirage as part of the franchise news in the main menu of other Assassin's Creed games. Ubisoft stated on Twitter, though, the official Assassin's Creed account. Unfortunately, the technical error caused the promotion to appear in one of our in-game menus instead. This isn't the first time that has happened to an Assassin's Creed game either. In 2019, Kotaku, I guess that's they've reported on a similar situation where ads for Assassin's Creed Odyssey DLC kept popping up in between in-game screens. Ubisoft stated at the time that this was a glitch as well. So I'm not going to read the entire article, but if you guys want to read up on it, it's going to be under the podcast leftovers. Tune in live scraps if you guys want to check that out. But yeah, so now this was about months ago, maybe close to a year ago. It has been rumored that there was going to be some video game publishers that were planning on running in-game ads or miniature advertisements, kind of like a YouTube ad that runs for like 5 seconds or something. Run them in-game while you're playing a game. There was that brief rumor that people were there was developers that were going to experiment with that, and gamers who've taken to that story, they've all voiced their opinions about it. Now, you could do that shit with television apps. Okay, you could do that shit with Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, depending on what subscription base you have. If you don't want the ads, you're going to pay $20 a month for Netflix. If you don't care that you have the ads, you want a cheaper alternative for Netflix, you'll pay $9.99, So you'll get a cheaper alternative of something. You'll just be watching ads. So my thing is, why is it coming to gaming? Like, you could interrupt my movie. I don't give a shit. You know, a movie is a movie. A TV show is a TV show. It still goes on. Usually during a commercial break, that gives you time to get up, get something to drink, something to eat, go use the bathroom, take the trash out, walk the dogs, wash the car, feed the horse, whatever. But when you're running in-game ads in a video game is something you interact with. You don't just watch it, you interact with it. Why would I be, in the spur of the moment, playing a game of Call of Duty, and I'm on a fucking kill streak, right? Let's say I'm on like a fucking kill streak. I'm murking motherfuckers that are camping in a corner, and all of a sudden a big fucking ad pops up for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. And it sits there for like 2 or 3 seconds, and within those 2 or 3 seconds, and it comes back, I'm fucking dead like 5 times. Like, why would developers think that's a good idea? Like, if you want to advertise for your games, that's fine. There's already games out there that advertise for other titles at the main menu screen when you first turn the game on. It says, okay, the next game is available. If you want to buy it, hold the button here to go to the store and pre-order or buy it. That's a lot of games right now. But it was rumored that there was going to be developers testing that, where they were going to have in-game ads and commercials and shit playing while you're playing a game, especially like during a fucking loading screen. Like, maybe I want to stare at a loading screen. Maybe I had fun staring at those miniature statues on fucking Skyrim as it took like a minute or 2 to fucking load into the next area. Maybe I enjoyed watching and listening to the music on Grand Theft Auto while it was loading into multiplayer or single player. Maybe I enjoy that shit. And then there's consoles like the Xbox Series console or the PlayStation 5, where if you install the game on the direct device itself, the loading times are shortened. But why would you want to put an advertisement in a video game to advertise for the next video game? I know the next video game's coming out. Am I going to buy it? More likely when it's a little cheaper, or if I feel like buying it. But I don't need to be playing 10-15 minutes into a game, having an advertisement pop up just for me to hold a button down just to get back into the game, because that's a tedious thing. It's a pain in the ass. Like, I don't want to see any of that. I don't want to go through any of that. So Ubisoft, they say, oh, well, it was just a technical error. That shouldn't have happened, but we put a patch out for it. So, yeah, but apparently this isn't the first time it's happened. So then you're going to sit there and say that there's a glitch in the coding for the game when it comes to the advertisements. Yeah, there's a glitch, all right. Yeah, I think this shit was put in there intentional. And you all got caught with it, and it's like, okay, one person was very unlucky, and it popped up on them. And you're like, oh shit, what do we do? Oh, we gotta retract. This was just a promotional. It was a glitch. It was a glitch. We patched it. Don't worry about it. It's never gonna happen again. Yeah, until more and more developers will probably start implementing it in their video games and all, and then it's going to become an issue. Now, there's already signs that we're looking at a possible end to the video game craze within the next 10 years. And everything is switching to... everything's digital already. You can always buy games digital. But now they're trying to move to streaming. And streaming isn't all that great either. It's not. It's a good incentive. It's a good idea, interesting idea. But let's just say there's a game on Game Pass that I want to play. I don't have the room on my hard drive to install it, but I could play it off the cloud. So, and I got my Xbox hooked up to a landline right now, so I'm hardwired. So I'm getting the full effect of Verizon Fios, 1 gig internet. I'm getting the full effect. So if I go to play a game on the cloud, I'm guessing there's too many people already on the cloud that I got to sit in a 10-15 minute queue just to wait for the game to come up. By then, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't even feel like playing the game anymore. That's going to be the issue, the ongoing issue that we're going to see if Xbox and Sony, and even if Nintendo were to go in the direction of everything being streamed over a network. But then again, I don't see Nintendo doing that. Nintendo's doing good right now with its cartridge-based systems, the Switch and all. Even though you can buy games digital online, I don't see Nintendo going in that direction, because streaming video games, it's going to come to a quick end, the same way electric cars might. The Tesla's already dying out in a sense. People are buying them, but there are more and more Tesla cars that are blowing up, and there's more issues going wrong with them and shit. So it's a flip of the coin. It's hit or miss. It's like, do you do this? Do you not do this? But yeah, streaming games is going to become an issue. It's a nice little gimmick, and I have played games on the cloud before, and it's not 100%. Like, there's latency to it that I do not care for, but it does work. It does work to an extent. But then when you're sitting there and you're trying to play a game, especially on a console that's hardwired, and you got to wait 10, 20 minutes to play the game, like, I'd rather delete something off my hard drive and take 10, 15 minutes to install it just to play the damn thing, And that's the sad reality of that. But not only that, when you have games, especially under Ubisoft, because now they got their own service that they want you to pay $20 a month for, Ubisoft Plus. But guess what? You'll get to play those day one exclusives from Ubisoft. They'll release, like, I don't know, I think it's like 4 games a year under Ubisoft Plus that you can play, under that subscription service without having to pay out $60, for the game. So if the next Assassin's Creed game comes out and it's $60, you don't have to worry about buying it. Just pay $20 to the service and you can play that game day one for free. I'm already paying $18 a month for Game Pass right now, where I can get, EA games, I can get Game Pass titles and shit. I still got my Games for Gold, which are, still accessible to me. I can access all my games, all my game saves between my console, my PC, and my mobile device. I can play games through the cloud on my mobile device and such. So I can interact with my library anywhere, under Game Pass Ultimate. So I'm paying $18 a month for that. Why do I want to tack on an extra $20 for a service that's going to offer me games, especially when they're going to have these technical errors of advertisements popping up in the games? Like the newest racing game that came out under Ubisoft, The Crew. I forgot what it was titled. It was the newest Crew game. So what if I'm playing a game and I'm done with a race and it decides to play like a 5-second ad? Oh, buy Assassin's Creed Mirage today on sale, da-da-da-da. And then you get back in the game. Like, I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see advertisements in my video games. I'm not here to watch a television program. I'm not here watching a YouTube video. I'm here playing a video game, But I rambled on long enough with that. What are your thoughts on that there, Tom?
I really don't know what to think about it, because I've never been fond of the cloud or anything like that. I also don't like the fact that everybody's getting their own subscription services.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of that.
Yeah, I know.
It's just corporate greed.
That's all it is. Whether it's watching movies, even listening to music, and now playing games. They're like, if you want to have access to certain titles, maybe you don't want to go out to GameStop or Walmart and buy a copy of Halo or Gears of War or God of War or Gran Turismo or whatever. If you want to save money, sign up for this subscription service and you'll be able to play that game. But then, of course, just like with Netflix, Peacock, Hulu, and all them, you play the game for months on end, and you're like, holy shit, I do own the game, I own it for free. Guess what? In order for them to add more games to their service, they got to take shit away. And that's what they do. They'll take the game away. It could be for a few months. It could be for a year. It could be permanently, and you never see that game again unless you pay out money for it. Subscription services, even though they can be convenient in a sense, it's still, like you said, corporate greed. You want to play these games? There's going to be a price for it, so you don't have to end up buying them. But then in the end, if you enjoy the game so much, they'll take it off the subscription service, and then you end up having to buy it anyway. It's corporate ridiculousness. Oh shit! But yeah, the whole thing with, you know, the advertisements. I mean, hopefully for Ubisoft, this is just an error. It's just a little mundane thing in their coding that they had to fix. Hopefully that's it for that. But if not, then we're going to see a lot more of that coming in the future, guys. So be prepared. If you're playing a game of Call of Duty, rather than go back to the screen where you select the map and change out your loadout and shit, you'll probably be watching a 30-second advertisement while waiting. Shit like that is getting ready to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen 100%, but that's what they are experimenting with. That's what they want to try out. And of course, Ubisoft is the first developer to try it out, and people are pissed. You know, there's even a video, and I was watching it too, and it's just like they were just, all they were doing is accessing the menus. They were accessing the map. They were accessing the fucking map, and suddenly this advertisement pops up. It's like, what the fuck? I don't want to watch advertisement. I don't want to view an advertisement for that. You know, I want to be able to play the game. I want to look at the map of my game. I want to look at it. I want to see where I'm at. I don't want to see the ad for the next fucking game that's out. Maybe I don't want the next game. I just want to play the game I'm on. But if this is what they're going to be experimenting with, this is going to be one of the reasons that's going to lead to either the video game industry crashing or people altogether just quitting video games altogether. I mean, it's bad enough you got retailers like Walmart and Best Buy and all that are going to delist their electronic stores or their electronic sections from physical media. They're already talking about taking out the physical media of Xbox games, because in their eyes, the Xbox physical games are not bringing any sales in anymore. They're not making them any money. Well, people are finding better deals online. There are people that are, you know, buying them digital. They can pre-order them digital. Maybe they don't feel like walking into a Walmart and buying it, which is okay. But I'm also, like, somebody like me, like, even though digital can be convenient, I would still say physical media should still remain a thing, because there's still a lot of things out there that you can't find digital that you can find physical. And you can keep, you know, you can keep that shit alive. You can keep the memories alive. Same thing with movies, same thing with music. You know, not everything is digital. Movies, music, whatever, not everything is digital. You can still find stuff physical. And they say this is the end of the physical era. Like, no, it should still remain a thing. It's just, if you decide you want to, you know, bulk up on physical media, that's your choice. Same thing with digital. If I had the room where I live, I would have fucking bookshelves upon bookshelves of video games, movies, and music, you know? But then again...
And you know how I am.
Yeah.
I only recently decided that I was going to go pure digital just because it's too much of a hassle at this point.
It can be, yeah. I was getting ready to get into that.
It's sad because, you know, I love collecting games and stuff like that, you know? So only the old school stuff will I collect at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and it's a shame.
It truly is. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut it short. It's almost 4 o'clock my time. We've been running for a little over 2 hours. Guys, as always, glad to see Tom come in here, you know, for the episode and all, and glad to see you guys over there in the chat, over there on Twitch and on YouTube and stuff. Thank you guys so much. Congrats to, you know, Viral, who received that tier 1 sub from Tom right there. So enjoy it while you can.
Yeah,
buddy.
Again, that was just random. It picks randomly when you do that.
Okay. So yeah, Viral, you got a 1-month subscription to Arrow with a Name on Twitch. Enjoy it while you can, bud. There you go. So anyway, guys, thank you for coming to today's episode. I'm going to try to get a couple game streams in this week. Also, be on the lookout for episode of CinemaCast coming out this Thursday. It's going to be on the movie Thanksgiving. You guys, if you do not want any spoilers, watch that movie before you go and watch the review. Otherwise, shit, hopefully you'll enjoy it then. And of
You
course,
might even catch a game stream from me at some point this week.
there you go. Also, down below, it's not going to be on Twitter, but or not on Twitter. It's not going to be on Twitch, but on YouTube. If you guys look in the description section, links to Tom's channels are down below. So be sure to follow Tom on Kick if you watch him on Kick, or watch or Twitch. I think it's streams on your YouTube also. That's right. Your Kick's not on there yet. But yeah, follow Tom on Twitch and on YouTube. Links are down below in the description section. So you may get a nice little stream out of him. So make sure you guys keep up, guys. And we'll definitely share the links in Discord if you guys want to check it out. And also stay tuned to this Friday for another thrilling episode of Utter Random Crap at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you guys will be here and stuff for that. So hopefully we won't have any more technical issues like we did this past Friday. But if so,
I think that was just restream. It wasn't used to it.
Yeah. And of course, like right now, I have my computer. My computer's now sitting at 32 gigs of RAM. So now multitasking will be a little bit more smoother on my end. I shouldn't have any kind of jitterness or anything. So I'll be doing good with that.
I'll have to upgrade my stuff at some point too.
Yeah. Yeah, they're old. They deserve a new cosmetic look to them and shit.
Well, mine definitely needs the SSD upgrade.
Yeah, I think that's my issue too, because I keep having like hard disk issues when we're starting, but I'll have to look into it. But other than that, guys, thank you for joining in today. Hope you guys enjoyed today's stream, today's podcast. Hit those likes and follows and subscriptions down below. Follow us on Discord if you guys are on Discord. Follow us on social media, on Twitter. Everything's down below. And until next time, guys, stay tuned in.
What we do here is go back, 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 back.